Hello guys, this is my husband Jason. He is joining me today for a spouse budget meeting.
What's up, guys?
We have this once or twice a month, probably. And we just thought we'd show you what it looks like when you have a budget meeting with your spouse. Ours are not contentious. We've been doing this for 12 or 13 years
sounds
now.
about right. Yep.
We didn't do it early on in our marriage, but before we had our first daughter, we took Dave Ramsey's financial peace class, and then that's when our budget meetings started. So you want to give us a little brief history of how we got to the point that we're at today?
Absolutely. Now, when we first got married, we've been married about 15 years, and both of us were working full-time jobs, and we were living paycheck to paycheck, and it didn't even dawn on us up until a time where we ate nachos for 3 nights in a row. Then it just clicked.
Because I only had to buy 1 can of beans to go with the nachos because we had like $1.27 left in our checkbook or something until, it was like 4 or 5 days until our next paycheck.
And it just clicked through all of that. We've got to be able to live better than this. And of course, my wife comes home one day and she talks about this Dave Ramsey guy. And we can honestly say, following his plan, this very simple plan has changed our life.
Yes. So, we've been doing this, like I said, for many years now. I am the one that takes care of the budget, which
She's my nerd.
I'm the nerd.
Yes.
I enjoy it. I'm at home. I have time to do it, but we didn't start out that way.
No.
We started out, you started out paying the bills when we were first married, and then we kind of did it together. But then when we had our daughter, I stayed home, and then I took it over because I was home, and it was something I could do from home quite easily. I will say though, even though that I do like the nuts and bolts of everything, he is in all of the decisions as well. So I don't make any of the big decisions without him, and to his credit, the man never spends money. So there's
well, that's not completely true, but typically what happens is
unless it's Chick-fil-A, you don't spend money.
or in golf clubs.
And Xbox once in a while.
See,
But
I spend money.
That's all he spends money on. So the only things that I see come through the checkbook that I'm not anticipating will be like his lunch out stuff, which actually brings us to one of the things that we're going to talk about. When we were first married, and we first set up our budget, we had excess, which is great when you're both working and you don't have kids yet and you have excess. So we put everything where it needed to go for the month, and then we each had, we called it blow money, but do you remember how much we had?
I remember having
each?
$102 a month just for myself.
Okay, so we probably had around $100 each. Then kids came, and then we quickly got rid of that because I didn't work anymore. Well, I've always worked from home in some fashion, but I didn't go out to work anymore. And then he resigned his job at the bank and became a youth pastor, and so things were tight. And so we did not have any blow money anymore for a very long time. I started doing Plexus about 5 years ago, and that brought some fun money back into our life, but we've never officially had money that was our own for a very long time, actually, probably since having kids.
Yep, agreed.
So we just talked about it, and that's something that we would like to work into the budget. We would like to each have a little stash of cash that we're not accountable to anybody except ourselves for every month. We don't know the amount yet, though. That still has to be decided.
And it's cool to just spend money on whatever you want to, because you know that a certain amount of money each month belongs to you.
And for me, there's no guilt attached because I'm in charge of the budget and I'm in charge of the miscellaneous money or the extra money. There's often guilt attached to it because it doesn't have a specific category. So if that category says Megan, then I won't have any more guilt about
And of course, she always spends money and I never spend money. So when she spends money and notices that I don't, she feels sorry. But now all of a sudden, she has her money, I have my money, everything's good.
But you know, as a mom, you buy the kids stuff and you're like, wait, was that my money or does that come out of the kids' budget or the household stuff? What is truly household, but what is just something I want?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's one of the things that we have talked about in this budget meeting. We don't know the amount yet. I'm guessing somewhere between $75 and $100 again, but we're not sure yet.
I'm so happy.
Not sure yet. So one of the other things that we always talk about, I've told you guys that we have a bunch of savings goals. One of our savings goals is a new car. We've committed to only paying cash for our cars for the rest of our lives. So we talk about that number. And then we also are saving up for a big screened-in porch, and so we will talk about that number. And then we'll just kind of ask how the month went. So let's start there. Like, how do you feel like January has gone? Would you like to see January's? We use every dollar.
Which is excellent.
Excellent. We both have it on our phones. Do you ever look at it on your phone?
You know what? I have the app on my phone. No, I never look at it.
He never spends money, so there's never any reason. Which I guess that's good because you're not checking up and you're not checking in on me to see how much
Because I trust you, honey.
money I'm spending. So this is a weird month for us. It's a 3 paycheck month, which happens twice a year, and we operate our budget off of 2 paychecks every month. So it's like an extra paycheck twice a year, and we always try to assign that to something. Like, we don't just blow the money. It's always for a big project, or this year it's for spring break. We're going to take the kids to Tennessee to go visit family and college friends and stuff. So that's what we are using our extra paycheck for, to travel. So we are almost at the end of the month, and probably some of the things. So let's see how our gas budget is doing. That's how much we have left for basically one more week.
Okay.
Which I think which I've shared with you guys, our gas budget is $450 a month. We drive everywhere. That's like half of some people's house payment, I'm sure.
It's ridiculous.
But we have $113.64 remaining for the week. When I fill up, it's close to $50, and I think for when you fill up, it's close to $50 as well.
Yep.
So
maybe even a little over.
A little over, and one tank of gas almost lasts me a week. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't.
One tank of gas definitely lasts me a week.
Okay, so weirdly, because he goes, he drives 30 minutes to and from work every day, we use the same amount of gas, but I'm not driving to work every day. I do go a lot of places, take the kids a lot of places, have a lot of stuff. So we're good there. That should last. I feel like that $450 amount is pretty true to what we spend.
Good.
It'd be nice if we had some months where we didn't spend as much, and then it could like build up, but I don't think that's
I should just work from home.
realistic. One of the other things, which this is actually kind of funny, we were sitting at dinner last night, and I was talking to the kids about not wasting their food at lunch. So if they pack their lunches every day, so if
Drives me crazy.
yeah, so if they don't eat something, bring it back home and we'll pack it for the next day. Don't just throw it away or whatever. So I asked them, they were all kind of like, So I asked them, how much do you think we spend on groceries a month?
$200.
Yep, Julia was like
$300.
$200. I think the highest amount was like $300. And so I was like, kids, I struggle to keep our grocery budget to $600 a month, which is well below the national average. Well below.
What's the national average?
It's like, for like a family of 5, it's like $900 or $1,000, something like that. So, I struggle to keep it to $600, and they were all like, what? $600?
Yeah.
So that just tells you that we need to get them a little more involved in our budget with what things cost and everything. So I have $6.59 remaining in our food budget for a week.
Let's make sure we don't show this to our kids.
Which actually, weirdly, is pretty doable because I have all of the dinners and stuff.
That's amazing.
Their lunches will get pretty sketchy next week. There's
Good.
not.
They're not eating the lunches anyway. Who cares?
A whole lot left. There's not a whole lot left. So, this number, our miscellaneous budget, is normally between $150 to $250 a month, and this is just like our catch-all for just stuff that I don't have a category for. But this month so far, we have spent $510.05.
What?
Would you like to see what's in there?
Yeah, please.
So, oh, look at that. Xbox, the very first one.
What had happened was,
So it's just random stuff. There's like a birthday present for my grandma in here. There's air filters from
For the
Menards
furnace, yep,
for the
yep.
furnace, water softener, salt, birthday present for my friend. I failed to think about, the girls and I don't get our hair cut very often. Jericho,
pretty much once a month.
once a month,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And we usually just pay cash for that. But the girls and I got haircuts, which I didn't factor in. There is just some fun stuff for myself in here. Dollar Shave Club hit, which I thought I had pushed that back quite a bit, but clearly I did not. And then at the end of December, like that week in between, so I had closed our budget out like right after Christmas, the 27th or 28th or something. I don't know if you remember, but that last part of December, we
blew money like crazy.
we fell off the rails
Yeah,
with
yeah. It was
eating
great.
out.
It was great.
Such a weird week.
Yeah.
And we went to McDonald's, we went to Burger King, we did Little Caesars. It was like terrible. We never do that. So that is reflected in this miscellaneous budget. So the good news is our budget fully absorbs it because we have that third paycheck, and we wouldn't have chosen to do a lot of these things if we didn't know that it was a third paycheck and we had extra money this month.
I would have chosen, but my nerd would have said no. That's what really happens.
So basically all the bills are paid. We do have a couple of bills that will still hit at the very end of the month here. And then it is time to pay our trash bill, which that's what our sinking funds are for. So if we look in our trash thing, we have, well, that's not accurate because I haven't done an end balance yet, but we have the money to pay the trash. And then we have a bill, one of our daughters had this weird spot on her retina that they saw at the school eye exam, and so sent her on to a retina specialist, which everything
So
is
thankful, so
okay
thankful,
so
yeah.
far, which is good. But she will have to have some follow-up appointments to make sure nothing changes. But we do have this outstanding bill for $298.99. But I think they got crossed in the mail, so I just need to call them and make sure because I've already sent like a $200 and something payment in, so just need to follow up on that. So the last thing that we need to talk about, we need to decide on an amount for February, which, don't you love my family budget planner?
It's so funny when she tells me to go get her planner, and she's got like 28 of them. I'm like, which one?
I have to tell him like what the cover looks like and what pen is in it.
No, it's crazy.
It's kind of
just crazy.
It's a little bit ridiculous, but it brings me joy. So, all right. So we need to decide on blow money, what we're gonna work into the budget as far as that. And then so far at the beginning of this month for our new car fund, we have $8,037.88. And then we will add 323 automatically gets put over to savings. So we would add that. And then there's another half of that payment that I haven't pushed over yet. So we will basically be at close to $8,500 for a new car.
Getting close. Getting close.
He drives my grandma's old van,
Pray for
which
me.
has been a great van.
Pray for me.
He doesn't care. But this summer was rough because there's no air left in it. No air, and it's it's pretty much on its last
It is.
leg.
It is.
I mean, we could put money into it to fix it, but it's only worth like $1,000 right now or something. Maybe $1,000.
Yeah.
I don't know. We haven't checked in a while. But then our porch money, we have $7,552.55.
And we're looking at 10,000?
10 is our goal.
Okay.
I would like 12 so that I could put new furniture out there right away. But we are trying to add around $500 to that. I would like to end the month with right at 8,000 in that fund. So that all looks good. The kids' money, college money, we've said this we need to decide what to do with that for a while.
Yeah.
We're just uncertain at this point what we want to do, but we need to do something because it's just sitting there, basically. So how much do we want to give ourselves?
This will be our first time doing this in a while, right?
In at least 10 years.
I feel like we need to be pretty conservative on this.
So you want to go the $50 or the $75 route instead of the $100?
Yes. So let's go $50 for the month of February.
And see how it goes.
And see how it goes, yeah.
Okay, but this is going to be like his Chick-fil-A money. So I shouldn't see any more charges come through. And I asked him if he could remember to use the cash, because he can't even remember to use.
I can remember to use the
He
cash.
can't even remember to use remember what card to use. I'll tell him, because we have two different bank accounts.
So many rules.
We have two separate bank accounts, and I'm just a little bit paranoid, and I feel better about having our money separated into two different banks. So I'll tell him like where the extra money is or whatever if he asks me about something, and then more often than not, he will use the wrong card, which is super annoying.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. He just pulls out the first card he sees in his wallet or something. But he assures me that he's going to be able to use cash.
I will be better.
Yeah. So I agree. We can see how that goes. And coincidentally, I just made new cash envelopes.
Guys.
Which he
mean,
cares nothing about.
It brings her joy, so I just stay out of the way.
Look how cute that is. And then it opens, you just slide your cash in like that, and I made little sticker labels for the front. And actually, these will be on my Etsy shop later today, hopefully. I'm hoping to get them listed. So he laughs at me till I make money, and then he's all supportive. But he actually is super supportive of all my little hobbies and side businesses and stuff. He really is. He's good. So I just wanted to end with, we have a good time together with, money
definitely.
hasn't really ever been a pain point for us because we have pretty good communication together about it. And both of us don't tend to go off the rails.
No.
Like we're both pretty self-disciplined and we don't tend to go off the rails. But I did want to say, I totally feel for you if you do not have a supportive spouse or you don't have a spouse that follows the parameters that you've set up together. And the key is to setting it up together so that you can both have a say in it and both, try to manage how much goes into each fund and stuff. And I will say, I struggle a little bit understanding other people's budgets because we don't, our entertainment budget is like
minimal.
0. We're not like go out to shows, go out to dinner.
No. Our entertainment is each other and our family.
Right. We spend a lot of family time together, and we do spend quite a bit of money on internet and TV. That we always have, and that's because we enjoy watching movies together. We enjoy watching shows together. So that's kind of where our fun money is, which might seem kind of boring, but well.
We're happy.
All right. Thanks for joining me, babe.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Budget.
She owes me.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.